Hello Year 4 and welcome to your first maths lesson this week. I've written today's date in Roman numerals, so the first thing I'd like you to do is see if you can work out what the date today is. Have a little think, see if you can work it out. So remember we've got a V which is 5, add 3, and we've got the V which is 5 again, I, and then we've got XX. Did you get it? Today's date is the 8th of the 6th, 2020 or 20. Now we'll be doing that to start off our maths lesson each day, so hopefully we can remember a little bit about Roman numerals, and if not, don't worry, we'll be going over it. So today's learning objective is, can I convert between different units of time, hours, minutes and seconds? So that means, can you convert between, say, how many minutes in an hour or how many hours equals so many minutes. We're going to have a little look at that today. It should be revision for you as you looked at this in year 3. We're going to see if we can build on it with a little bit of problem solving as well. So just to get you thinking, what activity might last 1 hour, 1 minute or 1 second? I've got some examples here, maybe you can think of some more of your own. Can you have a look at what I've written here and see if you could sort them underneath each column? So 1 hour, 1 minute and 1 second. Which of these activities lasts for just an hour, which a minute and which 1 second? Have a go, pause the video if you need to, and see if you could add anything extra to each one of those headings. Okay, so hopefully you're thinking the same as me. A clap is very quick, so I think that's going to last about a second if you clap. Obviously you could clap for longer. A blink, I also think that's going to last only a second, a short amount of time. Now, tie my shoelaces. I definitely can't do that in a second. Probably about a minute, definitely less than an hour. So I'm going to go for 1 minute. PE lesson lasts about an hour. A run around the playground. Now, you might be super duper quick and be able to do it in a minute. Definitely be able to do it quicker than an hour, so I'm going to put it in 1 minute. And a swimming lesson or something like that might last about an hour. So I think I've sorted those into the correct sections. I wonder if you had the same as me. Now, let's get thinking a bit more. How many minutes are there in an hour? What do you know? How can we use a clock face to check? How could we count the minutes? How many seconds are there in 1 minute? And what could we use to check? So I've got a clock face here. Now hopefully you can remember, look, we can see the minutes here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5, let's count around, 10, 15, 20, it's going up in 5s, 25, and we get to 30. So we know that 30 minutes is half of an hour. Then we've got 35, counting in 5s, 40, keep going, 45, 50, 55, and we've got our full hour which is 60. So a clock face, if we ever forget, we can have a look at a clock face. Oh, just going to redo that, doesn't look like a very neat 60. Have a look at a clock face if you ever forget how many minutes in an hour, so we can answer that as 60, and we used our clock face to check by counting those minutes and recognising that they're in intervals of 5. So that's it, counting the minutes round. How many seconds are there then in 1 minute? Well, it's the same if we look at this and we imagine we've got a second hand going round here. There's 60 minutes in 1 hour and there's 60 seconds in 1 minute. Okay, so our key number when we're thinking about time is 60. 60 minutes in 1 hour, 60 seconds in 1 minute. So using that information, I wonder if you could help me. True or false? Have a think about this. So we've got the longest time this side and the shortest time this side. We've got 120 minutes, 60 seconds and 3 hours. And we've got a statement here and it says 120 is the largest number, so it is the longest time, and 3 is the shortest. Have a think. Is that true or false, that statement? Pause the video and then come back and see if you're correct. Is this a true or a false statement? And see if you can explain why. If you've got someone at home, explain why you think it's true or why you think it's false. And then let's check, remembering what we just looked at. So 60 minutes in an hour, 60 seconds in a minute. Can we use that knowledge to help us? Okay, here you go. Hopefully you recognise that that was a false statement. It was true that 120 is the largest number, but that doesn't necessarily make it the largest time. So we said that there were 60 minutes in 1 hour. And here we've got 120 minutes. So if we double 60, we think about our 6 times table maybe. So we've got 6 and then 12. So double 6 is 12. So double 60 is 120. We know that 120 minutes is going to be 2 hours. Now, we know that 2 hours is less time than 3 hours. So 3 hours must be the longest time. Then 120 minutes, which is 2 hours because we converted it, okay, is the next. And then we've got 60 seconds. And we know that 60 seconds is just 1 minute. So it's not even 1 hour. It's a lot less than that. It's 1 minute. So we know that's the shortest time. Hopefully you worked out that it was false and you were able to explain your reasoning by using the knowledge that we've just spoken about. Let's have a little bit more practice before you do some independent tasks. So here we go. We know that 1 hour is 60 minutes. And we just worked out by using our doubling that if 1 hour is 60 minutes, then 2 hours, I've got to double my minutes, is 120 minutes. Now you could use your 6 times table to help here. It might even be a good idea to write your 6 times table down the side of your page when you're working in time. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. Okay, and I could even then change that to 60, 120, 180, making it 10 times bigger, 240 and 300. Just to help me now, it says here half an hour is how many minutes? Well, if I know that 1 hour is 60 minutes and I want half of that, okay, I'm going to have to do 60 divided by 2, or half of 60, which I know half of 6 is 3, so half of 60 is going to be 30. So when you're working and converting between time, it's really a case of recognising and understanding that if you know those facts, that 1 hour is 60 minutes or 1 minute is 60 seconds, and you can work out a lot of the different conversions of time. Okay, over to you. You have a go now at this. So we know that 1 minute is 60 seconds. This is where your 6 times table that we just wrote out, or your 60 times table that we just wrote out, might help you. So I'll just whiz back up to there. Okay, so if 1 minute is 60 seconds, you have a go now. Pause the video. Can you work out what 3 minutes is? And could you work out and do the reverse and work out what 240 seconds is? Have a go, pause the video and come back and I'll show you my thinking. Okay, hopefully you've had a go. So if we know that 1 minute is 60 seconds, We know that 2 minutes is double that, 120 seconds. And I know that 3 lots of 60 is 180 seconds. I worked it out up here. Okay, so I'm just using that 6 times table or the 60 times table to work that out. Now I've got to go backwards here. So 240 seconds, how many minutes is that? Well, actually, if I go back to my 6 or my 60 times table, I know that 4 lots of 6 is 24. So 4 lots of 60 is 240. So I know that 4 minutes is 240, and I could check that because I could do an addition. I could do 180 add 60 more. Let's have a go at that. Just to check. 0 add 0 is 0. 8 tens add 6 tens. Oh, that's 14 tens. I can't fit that in there, so I'll have to carry over that. 1 and 1 add nothing, but I've got the 1 down here is 2, so I've got my 200, so 240, so I was correct. Okay, good job. Have a go at one more question before you get on with your worksheet and some more questions. Here it is. Josh reads a chapter of his book in 5 minutes and 28 seconds. Tom reads a chapter of his book in 300 seconds. Who reads their chapter the quickest? Now, I've got a problem with this question because this is written in all in seconds and this is written in minutes and seconds. So, I'm going to have to do some conversions. I'm going to need to know what 5 minutes is in seconds. Now, I knew 1 minute, 1 min, is 60 seconds. So I could do some multiplication now, thinking about my 6 times table, and then make it 10 times bigger. So let me think. Let's do 6 times 5 gives me 30. I know 6 times 5 is 30. So if I know 6 times 5 is 30, I know 60 times 5 is 10 times bigger, is going to be 300 seconds. So I know 300 seconds is 5 minutes. Now I can use that information to see if the statement is true or false. Who's read it quickest? So if Tom read his chapter book in 300 seconds, I know now that that is 5 minutes. And then all I need to do is compare the two. So who read it quickest? Well, Tom read it 28 seconds quicker, so that is, the answer is Tom. And I could write because Tom read a chapter 28 seconds quicker than Josh. Okay, so you're really using that knowledge of 60 seconds in a minute and 60 minutes in an hour, using our times tables, particularly our 6 times tables, is going to really help you when it comes to your worksheet. So the worksheet is up on Class Dojo. Have a little go at that. Lots of conversion. Okay. One more thing you might need to just remember is how many hours in a day. So there are 24 hours in one day. All right, that will help you. Have a go at the worksheet, and as we come down here, then you'll find some of our problem solving questions. So really just have a think and apply what you know. Good job, guys, and remember to take a photo of your worksheet and upload it to Class Dojo to get some feedback from your teachers.